WFYI podcast brought to you by Bloomington, Indiana, an American college town offering food and drink, college sports, outdoor activities, live music, cool art, and good times daily. Everyone is welcome in Bloomington. More information at visitbloomington.com. This is Small Studio Signal Boost from WFYI. I'm Melissa Davis, your host tonight, along with co-host Adam Gross. Tonight, we'll listen to a performance from Indianapolis band Sarah Grain and the Billions of Stars, recorded live at the Hi-Fi in Fountain Square. We'll hear from two accomplished Indiana music veterans on their collaborative project, Sander Summers. Stay with us for an hour of new music from Indiana-based artists here on Small Studio Signal Boost. First, let's listen to a song from one of our favorites. Indie-based Kristen Newborn is writing and releasing new music as Co. and playing live shows. We'll keep you updated with show info here on Small Studio Signal Boost. Right now, this is one of Co's latest from her EP Mind Squats on Bandcamp. Let's listen to Chameleon on Small Studio Signal Boost. That was Indianapolis-based musician Co. with Chameleon. You're tuned to Small Studio Signal Boost from WFYI. I'm Melissa Davis with Adam Gross. Coming up, we'll hear a live performance from Indianapolis band Sarah Grain and the Billions of Stars. Adam, I have another song here. This is a band that I've recently discovered, the Po Boys, and they have kind of a folksy psychedelic jam.
Like that.
Yeah, it sounds good. It's 1983. We'll hear some 1983 sounds in here as well. So here it is on Small Studio Signal Boost. That was the Po Boys with 1983 here on Small Studio Signal Boost. Adam, what do you have today?
I have a few songs. The first one I have is from Bloomington's Amy O. It's Dribble Dribble. Newer Indianapolis group from the 317's new album is amazing, and this one features a lot of guest stars. It's from the 317 with Rusty Redenbacher, Fox D. Legend, and Charlie Ballantyne. This is Can You Feel It on Small Studio Signal Boost.
Last week I was this, today I'm just, I really shouldn't let it bother me. The dichotomy follows me, trying to swallow me. All of the worries and transgressions get depressing. I'm guessing here's something for my next lesson. You've been a blessing. I'm stressing out on the couch, I simply want to blow it out. Thought I would outgrow these lows. It's hard trying to figure a way around a maze of eggshells, grenades, and hair triggers. I'ma dig a little deeper, go a little harder. Do my best to be a solver and a self-starter.
Indiana legends Everything Now are back after a 10-year hiatus. Here's one of their new ones. It's Magic Mountain.
Baby, it's just a part of getting older. To feel you living in the land of the dead. Come on. And I want to go back to the Magic Mountain. But it is just a moment.
You're tuned to Small Studio Signal Boost. I'm Adam Gross here with Melissa Davis, and we're listening to music from Indiana artists. This next track has a music video for it that you can find on YouTube. It's Remington Hill with Chicken.
I don't wanna hear you crying out. You run back to who you cry about. Say it all and even scratch it down. But the past can't change the pattern now. Pull yourself together. Tell yourself whatever you need to. Pluck out all the feathers.
You are tuned to Small Studio Signal Boost. You can check out the music featured tonight on our Spotify playlist by searching WFYI Music. Good evening, I'm Melissa Davis here with Adam Gross. And Adam, you have another recording of a live performance tonight.
Yeah, so Signal Boost and WFYI Live have been teaming up with local artists and venues to bring more awareness to concerts happening around Indianapolis, and sometimes we're also able to capture some of that audio for this show. We have a few songs from one of those concerts tonight. We partnered with Indianapolis band Sarah Grain and the Billions of Stars on their release show for their album Days Worth Living Volume 2 at the Hi-Fi in Fountain Square in Indianapolis. If you head over to our social or YouTube pages, you can see a video of their performance from that night as well. It's Sarah Grain and the Billions of Stars live at the Hi-Fi on Small Studio Signal Boost.
They say the skin will grow back thicker. They say the skin will grow back harder with scars. They say the skin will grow back stronger. Shouldn't be so easy to rip apart. So I'll let it die away. Let a new one stay till it fills the space, and I move on. Say it only lasts a season, and that all things die back in the fall. They say things happen for a reason, and that next year I won't recognize at all. So I'll let it die away. Let a new one stay till it fills the space, and I move on. They say that patience is a virtue, and that this thing too shall pass. They say that time is the great healer of all things, that it's fleeting, brutal, brief, that nothing truly lasts. So I'll let it die away. Let a new one stay till it fills the space, and I move on. I'll let it die away. Let a new one stay till it fills the space, and I move on. let a new one stay till it fills the space and I move. I still wake up with my eyes on the road, sights set on anywhere but here. Busy does as busy always will, dawn to dusk and year to year. Things I took for granted now are only in my dreams. Things I took for granted now are only in my I used to reach up with my hands to the stars, and there I'd fasten all my goals. But now I'd be happy with a big backyard and with a heart that had no holes. For things I took for granted now are only in my dreams. Things I took for granted now are only in my So now I dig in with my heels to the soil. I can long but not return. Yes, life has changed, but it's still sweet all the same. One of these days I know I'll yearn for things I take for granted now will one day be my dreams. Things I take for granted now will one day be my dreams. Thank you so much. easy on me, easy on you, broken and whole. Go nice and slow, easy on me, easy on you, broken and whole. Tedious and brief are my days worth living. Yes, they're worth every breath of my soul, every heartache, every hope. I've lived enough years to love all the seasons, to just crave a walk in the snow, so I can be alone. Nice and slow, easy on me, easy on you, broken and whole. Go nice and slow, easy on me, easy on you, broken and whole. Easy on me, easy on you. Thank you, Hi-Fi. Thank you, WFYI. Thank you, Mina Cohane on keys and vocals, Thomas Brinkley on the bass, Jim Bailey on the drums, Doug Sauter on the guitar, and I am Sarah Grain. We appreciate you. Good night. Thank you, Mark.
Adam, you were at the show that night. How did the evening go?
Yeah, it was a great night. Bloomington band Otto and the Moaners opened up. It was like one of their first or second shows, and they did really well. A lot of established Bloomington musicians in that band, and then Sarah played a long and amazing set full of songs from the album. And shout out to Mark from the Hi-Fi, who was the live sound engineer for that night. He helped capture all these good sounds. And then also shout out to Tyler Watkins at Postal Recording. We actually co-mixed these songs because Sarah works at Postal, and we thought it would be a fun collaborative experience.
Love that. Well, thanks for doing that, Adam. Coming up, we're going to hear from accomplished Indiana-based veteran musicians on their collaborative project, Sanders Summers. That's right after the break, here on Small Studio Signal Boost. WFYI podcast brought to you by Bloomington, Indiana, an American college town offering food and drink, college sports, outdoor activities, live music, cool art, and good times daily. Everyone is welcome in Bloomington. More information at visitbloomington.com.
This is Small Studio Signal Boost. Thanks for listening tonight. You can find the music featured tonight by following our playlists. Just search for WFYI Music on Spotify. You can find the podcast edition of the show wherever you get your podcasts or on our website at wfyi.org/podcasts. I'm Adam Gross, joined by Melissa Davis. Melissa, who do we have for a feature this evening?
Yeah, so accomplished Indiana-based veteran musicians Matt Summers and Bob Sander create collaboratively in their project as Sander Summers. We're going to listen to some tracks from their eclectic fusion project, and Matt Summers has info to share on the compositions.
I think the concept of Sander Summers that appeals to me the most is being able to take bits and pieces of classic Americana and acoustic sounds and merge them with more of a dynamic digital hip-hop methodology, the cutting in, the pasting, the bringing in interesting sounds. And to a certain degree, there's also a level of psychedelia to it because we're bringing in sounds that you wouldn't normally hear together sometimes to make something new. Yeah. That part excites me.
Me as well. I don't do most of what you just described. I just bring the existing melody or the existing song, or maybe a song that I wrote. And I think that's the most satisfying thing for me is taking that, kind of as you usually say, taking a bed, and then seeing where we might go with that. And what I really like is the fact that when we do this, we often show up and say, "Hey, what if we did this? What if we did that?"
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people do that, but boy, it sure is pleasurable when you're working with somebody who you kind of click with. You can just see each other. You're feeding off each other's ideas.
Absolutely.
That's been fun.
Well, and I've really appreciated the ability to bring in instrumentation that's not normal, maybe that you wouldn't hear every day.
That's not normal. I like that.
But also being able to bring in, sounds of things that aren't instruments. We've brought in all kinds of we've used the bathroom fan in the song before.
Bathroom fan. I would dance on sand in your garage with flat-foot dancing shoes.
Yes, exactly.
And mic that. I remember we mic'd the foot bumping against the microphone.
Yep. Yeah. For Mike Stand Blues.
Yes.
That was our bass drum. The kick drum was you stepping on the mic stand.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, and the thing that I also like is that you never know what you're going to show up with. I like the fact that you'll be like, "Hey, I found a trombone or a viola, and we're going to learn some notes. We're going to put it on a song," and it adds so much texture to it. So, as an editor and as an artist and as a creative person, I love the ability to have all kinds of colors, a large palette at our fingertips.
Well, and the flip side of that is, I show up with something in mind. And then in the course of the week that we're apart, you edit, and I never know what I'm going to hear next.
Was in the town of Jacksboro in the year 63.
And I've often said that I drive up to your house with a rusted out old song and say, "Can you turn this rusted out old song into a Mercedes-Benz or a Aston Martin?" And then a week later, that's what you did. So,
well, sometimes it ends up sounding like a Devo song, or maybe a little bit of a punk rock influence and some of those things. But what I really have enjoyed over the years, and we've worked together on and off for over a decade, with many different albums and releases that are all going to be available or are available right now on streaming services. What I really like about that is the ability to just dive in and say, "What do we feel like doing?
Yeah.
What do we want to do?
Right.
What do you want to play today?"
Yeah.
And you're serving the song at that point. You're serving the creative process. So it's been a joy.
Truly.
I think I might go with you to the plains of the buffalo.
Wedding Dress is one of my favorite songs we've recorded.
Mine too. And this song is a traditional song, but I heard it from a folk rock group back in the 1970s, an Irish group called Pumpkinhead. And I loved what they did with it. Those guys grew up with rock and roll, and they took traditional music and then added this new touch to it that probably traditionalists hated, but I loved it. And I think that's kind of why I love what we're doing, because here's this traditional tune. We took it several notches farther than what they were doing even, with your Emerson, Lake and Palmer, like synthesizer touch there midway through the song, and
There's some really fun moments in this song. We got to rip out the electric guitar a little bit. The other thing I like about this song is that it has the percussion in it. Obviously, comes from sampling and the amen break and some of those classical hip hop tones, but the rest of it with this folk wraparound of the vibe that it has, really, to me, it feels like something new. And my favorite part of the whole song is your falsetto that comes throughout.
Thanks, Matt Summers and Bob Sander, for those selections. You can find more music at mattsummers.net. That's SOMMERS. And that's the latest in Indiana music. Be sure to follow your favorite artist on social media for updates and info. This is Small Studio Signal Boost. Adam Gross and Roxana Caldwell created our show. This episode was produced by Adam Gross and me, Melissa Davis. You can check out the podcast edition of the show wherever you get your podcasts or at WFYI.org. And if you'd like to submit your music to get played on the show, just visit WFYI.org/local-frequency. And we are at our last song of the night. Adam, what do you have?
This is Shipwreck Carpathos with Scene 12, Being Human. Have a great night.